Time correlations and matters in the universes. As to lengths and spans, including perfections, to creation, which is living beings, not just any type of living beings, but all living beings, in correlations to time. We are speaking of all living beings, not excluding planets to create children. For example, the moon being the daughter, and the suns being the sun. As to thoughts of Karma Sutra and postures, missionary, and things like that, it is girls on top of guys in sexual positions. Due to thoughts and understandings of rape and things like that, it usually occurs and appears somewhere and or someplace that when a guy is bigger, stronger, and tougher is seen on top of a woman, it is symbolically appearing as rape. In any place, actually. And religious realms of Christianity, the missionaries are the ones that are not having sex, but are going out to spread God's words. Time doesn't wait, it must move and tick and talk to continue. This shows with the long-term processes of never getting granted the things nor living beings that one or many need. Eventually, the person will become nothing similar to air. The very reason known is that life and things will decay over time. As the soul leaves to a better advanced body, never a lesser body. And when it does, this will interfere with tracks and paths and many more interferences to life path and patterns of creation, symbolically similar to the genetical buildup of a person's body. Once a person does not, which is called the DNA, which is the coding to the person's body and cells to build a body. If we're speaking of spiral stairs, then if a person walks up a spiral stair, then the person must eventually reach the top of the spiral stair. If someone interferes with emotional feelings and or mind feelings of exhaustion, then this might be interfering with what we know as and what we will call will. Once a person does not get granted the statures and or advancements in life, when a person dies and or passes, when speaking of a soul, this could too become nothing. The very reason is because it's all symbolically similar to a person never getting paid at a job. With thoughts of in slavery in the long times ago on this very planet known as Earth, people were forced to do things and never got paid. Some animals were forced to work on farms and perhaps didn't even get to eat much. In results of what you give should be returned in some way in a chromatic form of something of gratitude and appreciation for your duties and your work. as to this is how air could become a newborn virus. We're speaking of if a soul dies, if a feeling dies, if anything dies. Eventually, all life, the more memory erased, the more deaths, the lingering bacteria, the lingering air, the way it seeps and it will find its way, will possibly get into a meal and or bacterium and or something that could end up killing all life. The longer and the more effects of creating harm against one and or many, without getting granted the proper levels and or statures, payments, and or anything else. This obviously shows that it will lead down slope as in terms of bacterium that eventually kills all life. As to when you look at an apple, for example, the beginning of time they spoke about a worm in an apple that was a virus towards the cartoon we know as Snow White in the Disney categories of made-up cartoon films. However, when we're talking about these type of viruses, that is similar to it being in the air and or water, and we don't know where it is or where it comes from. But it's an indication that someone had died without getting their advances and or statures in life, symbolically to nothing. And what doesn't come out in the wash comes out in the rinse, as my sister Christine had mentioned. With thoughts about this is that you can kill a person, you can whatever, yeah. You can have sex, sperm on the bed, yeah. You have all these type of detections to find out who did, what happened, and where it is, yeah. So it shows, yeah, that something bad is going on. As to how does a bathroom bacteria, seen in black color, really get in people's minds and kill people? And why would that bacterium ever be created? So, if we're gonna say that someone killed someone and is an excellent murder, like from a very high stature, yeah, toss everyone down and we don't remember a fucking thing, yeah. We walk out, we're all pretty much Jane, yeah. And at the end of the day, or John, yeah. And at the end of the day, we come out to look at all this, yeah. What is all this? Ants crawling up a ground. Millions and trillions. Why? It's similar to like what we're talking about is the obvious. When a person dies, a person has to go up. Better life, better situation, a husband, or this or that, more things, yeah. People are gonna have to know more, obviously, not know less. So when we're thinking of all this is, how and why are we all reaching end of life? And the obvious is, you really think it's all these bacteriums. It's not, yeah. It has life, so it's something, yeah. How is living bacterium deadly? Is it acid poured on someone? What is it, yeah? Is it acid poured on someone and someone unable to physically leave with their soul, yeah? And if it is, yeah, we're gonna have to see what is going on, yeah, and why it's happening. To all actually live. Everyone and everything in the universes will eventually die with this type of situation going on, and time matters. So if these supposed detectives, police, law enforcement, governmental positioned people have not and do not know nor found how to rescue these supposed entities on time, then it could really be end of all life, yeah? If we're speaking of, like, the whole entire universe's police and law enforcement. With laws of creation unable to break, obviously, because we all have a body, yeah, similar to the laws of genetical DNA, yeah. Trees, animals, plants, it's all that way, yeah. Which is why it is better to speak the truth. You can't go in that way because someone tried to kill me in there, yeah? What is going on, yeah? I'm gonna walk past the door, become 3. Why? So if it's the end of the fucking world, yeah, you're just gonna lie toss me there, yeah? So we're at the end, yeah? So did you save the universe by lie toss, lie toss?